From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, July the 7th, 2017. UNESCO, the cultural arm of the United Nations, passed another anti-Israel resolution today. The Palestinian-sponsored resolution declares the old city of Hebron, which is holy to Muslims and Jews and is home to the ancient Jewish biblical site of the Tomb of the Patriarchs, an endangered Palestinian World Heritage Site. The vote was held today at the UN body's World Heritage Committee annual summit in Poland. The tomb is the burial site of the patriarchs and matriarchs of the Jewish people, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, and Leah. And Jewish leaders in Israel and here in the U.S. are outraged at yet another attempt by UNESCO to deny Jewish historic ties in the land of Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called the vote delirious. He slammed the irony of calling the site in danger when he said only in places where Israel exists, like in Hebron, is freedom of worship guaranteed for all. He said everywhere else in the Middle East, mosques, churches, and synagogues are being destroyed. Netanyahu also said that he would cut another $1 million from the membership fees Israel pays to the UN because of today's decision. Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, said the vote was shameful. He called it an ugly display of discrimination and an act of aggression against the Jewish people. Foreign Ministry spokesman Emmanuel Nachshon called the UNESCO decision a moral blot. And here in the U.S., President of the World Jewish Congress, Ronald Lauder, condemned the resolution as a clear attack on Israel. Lauder said it is disconcerting that UNESCO member states have adopted yet another cynical distortion of reality, a subversive attempt to rewrite history, and deemed the old city of Hebron as a Muslim-Palestinian site alone, while denying its historic and religious importance to Jews and Christians. B'nai B'rith International leaders, President Gary Saltzman and CEO Daniel Mariashin, said the WHC decision is yet another instance of UNESCO erasing and appropriating Jewish history. They said using the international community and its institutions to assist the Palestinians in furthering a false narrative is an appalling waste of time and money and is further proof of global efforts to delegitimize Israel. I will be speaking about this with Daniel Mariashin further when I sit in for Mark Golub on Monday night's edition of In the News. And the American delegation to UNESCO also condemned the resolution, calling it divisive, confusing, and impossible to justify. The U.S. mission released a statement today saying that the Hebron site is not under any real or immediate threat. Indeed, the only urgency here is an urgency to express political anger, saying that the decision today only further stains UNESCO's reputation and further divides this House. Jewish leaders met yesterday with the Prime Minister of Hungary amid concerns of anti-Semitism and the protection of religious rituals in the country. The delegation, which included Israeli Ashkenazi Chief Rabbi David Lau and General Director of the Rabbinical Center of Europe and European Jewish Association, Rabbi Menachem Margolin, met with Prime Minister Viktor Orban, who reassured the group. According to a statement from the European Jewish Association, Orban told the delegation that Hungary is committed to maintaining full freedom of religion for its Jewish community. And Jewish leaders in Great Britain are welcoming the statements made yesterday by the mayor of London against terror group Hezbollah. The Jewish Chronicle reported that Mayor Sadiq Khan, who is a Muslim, said he is asking the UK's Home Secretary to outlaw support for the political wing of the Lebanon-based terror group. The terrorist wing of Hezbollah is already illegal in England. Khan called Hezbollah an illegal and anti-Semitic organization. He said anti-Semitism or hate crime of any kind has no place in our city, where we don't just tolerate diversity, we respect and celebrate it. Khan recently faced criticism after allowing an Al-Quds Day march in London where Hezbollah flags were waved. Turning now to some entertainment news, veteran American performer Frankie Valli performed in Israel this week. The Rock and Roll Hall of Famer took to the stage at Tel Aviv's Bronfman Auditorium Monday night. It was his Israeli debut. The 83-year-old was backed by new members of the Four Seasons, performing his classics to a packed house. And pop star Britney Spears also made her Israel debut this week. Spears performed at Park Hayarkon in Tel Aviv on Sunday. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Friday, July the 7th, live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed at 7:30 with highlights from the Krakow Jewish Festival. Remarks from iconic TV producer Norman Lear follow from the 92nd Street Y at 8 o'clock, and then Deborah Messing speaks at APAC at 8:40. At 9, it's the film Righteous Rebel, and at 10, a look at the Jewish basis for social conscience. At 10:30, it's Muzika with Israeli hip-hop artist Shai Haddad. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 5:30, Rabbi Shlomo Riskin looks at this week's Torah portion. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, July the 7th, 2017. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.